Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to Python 101. Today, I accidentally did the wrong meeting, but it's okay. So last time we started with classes, and importantly, so for if you go to Google Classroom, you'll see that the past videos are no longer there because they're here. They're here now. They're in this link. And yeah, I'm just gonna delete these ones, and on my free time I'll do so. And yeah, all right, so and I'll show you that they're on this account. So if you just type Python with Keyfang, you'll see that it's here, and this is that. And I repost my videos as fast as I can, but and I change the pictures. So that's that, and let's get started. So today we are specifically focusing on polymorphism. So that's pronounced polymorphism and inheritance. So that's basically just forming new classes using classes that have already been created. Now, I saw people just enter. So what I was talking about just now is that I got a new channel, and my old videos have been deleted from my old ones because I got this new one. It's called Python with Keyfang. All you have to type in is Python with Keyfang, and you'll see this kind of thing if you go to my video section. And yes, I kind of upgraded the stuff, and this time on the picture you'll see like it's week, which week, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. So that's that. Okay. In programming, polymorphism means same function name, but with different signatures. So the benefits of using polymorphism and stuff like that, it's just having the ability to reuse code that you've already worked on, and it makes it less complex. To start off, we can create a base class. A base class is basically the skeleton of the body. It's kind of like the bare minimum that we need to have a good class. Well, yeah. All right, so if I'm going too fast, you can just tell me, or else, yeah. Put this on, so yeah. So if we want to create another class, let's say cat, it would have many similar things to the previous class that we made. To prevent rewriting, the similar code, the new class will derive or inherit from the previous class. So let me stop share, and then I need to do something real quick. Let me just hold on. I need to sorry. Okay, so yeah, back to the screen sharing. All right, so let's go back here. If we want to create another class, so yeah, we have to start with this. So yeah, let's so if you remember, we're gonna create new and Python 3. And yes, that will be our thing. So now let's rename it, and let's see, it's P101 week 6 part 1, and if we have time, let's do part 2. Now I can't see. All right, there we go. And we're gonna have the class called animal because that's what a cat is. And we're gonna define double underscore init because that's how you start off. And self. Now we're gonna print animal created. Okay. And then now we're gonna we're gonna define the defining characteristics of each animal. So let's see. We're gonna define what am I? What am I? Well, and then that's gonna derive from self. We're gonna print I am an animal. Also, we're gonna define eat because that's what almost all animals do. And then we're gonna print I am eating. Now, this isn't that hard. We just do that, and here we are. So, now we're gonna create another class that derives from animal. So let's create a class, and we're gonna call it cat. Now, here you can see that there's nothing here because that's the base class. But cat, it's gonna derive from animal because a cat is an animal, but an animal is not necessarily a cat. Now we're gonna define double underscore init again. I told you that's the main thing. Self, big thing. Now animal dot double underscore init double underscore, and then we're gonna have self. Oh, sorry, nope. Now no colons. And then now what we're gonna do is we're gonna print cat cat created, and yeah. Now we're gonna use it. My cat, my cat, and we're gonna call it cat. Remember to capitalize cat or whatever you're using. And so it's first of all, it's gonna do the init of the animal. So basically animal created, and then it's gonna do cat created. Now I think I should do that. No, let's see. Created. Boom, this looks better. So does anyone have a question so far? Because I know I'm speaking fast, I'm going fast. And that's because this is a limited account. I cannot go for more than 30 minutes. So everyone clear? Okay, good. So now that I did this, I don't need to rewrite all these methods for my new class. As a bonus, all the previous methods will also be available if I call them. But what if I need to overwrite one of the old methods? Well, I could just rewrite that in the new class. Now that's how inheritance works. Now, on to polymorphism. Once again, polymorphism refers to the way in which different object classes can share the same method name. But in the future, this skill won't be very helpful or useful. So, yeah. I'll make 2 new classes and define my cat class and my dog class. So here we go. Oops. And yeah. So this is my cat class. And actually, let's do something new. We're gonna create a class of dog, and we're gonna call it dog. Same features as the regular one. We're gonna define double underscore init, double underscore self tuple name, or not really, but self and name, self dot name equals name. So you'll see that very often. Now define speak, or we're gonna have quack, no, speak. Yeah, just go with speak. Speak, it's gonna go from self, and it's gonna return self dot name plus, and here because you want it to, because it's gonna do name, we're gonna do concatenation, so name, and then it's gonna says wolf, so it's gonna be like dog says wolf, or whatever says wolf. And you want to have a space in front of says, or else it's just gonna look like, you want it to be like this. So that's why you add a space here, and then you write says wolf. Now, we can do the same for cat. We just copy and paste that if you're a slow typer, or like me. Now, here we're gonna says meow. Run that same thing for the says, just keep it the same. And yeah, so we're gonna have a name. Ross, pick a name for your dog or a dog.
How about
How about Tala?
Chunky?
Oh, sorry.
How about Chunky?
No, Tala.
How about Chunky? Yeah,
Mhm.
not part of the
Okay, chunky.
Chunky.
Chunky. Chunky. So chunky, yeah, chunky equals dog, and then here we're gonna actually, let's make this uncapitalized, so now we can put dog here as chunky. Now, Quentin, what would be the cat's name? Or how, actually, let's see, how am I gonna get a name for my cat? Okay, he's not there. Okay, so he's AFK. So Yuying, please tell me how I'm gonna name my cat.
Dusty?
What? Just kind of like follow the dog example, but use your own name for the cat, or use whatever name you want for the cat.
Dusty?
Tristy?
Dusty.
Oh, Dusty. Yes, Dusty. Okay, that's like a dog name, but okay. Cat, and we're gonna call that cat Dusty. Now we're gonna run that, and we're gonna print. I'm not sure if you guys heard any of what I just said at the beginning, so like all that 7 minutes I was talking, because I had my volume down, so I'm not sure if Zoom will hear my thing. But I hope it did. I hope it did. Did you guys hear me at the beginning? Raise your hand if you heard me at the beginning. Like the very, very beginning. Oh, okay, good. I didn't want to like be like, oh. Oh, Quentin, you aren't AFK, so what happened? When I asked you, what happened? Okay, yeah. Okay, now he's gone. So, what was it? Let's see, Chunky. Let's go with Chunky first. Chunky dot speak. Now we're gonna do speak, and it says Chunky says wolf, and you can do the same for Dusty. So, do you guys have any questions so far? That's how a basic class works. Okay, cool. Moving on. Now, I mean, guys, so once again, I'm gonna apologize. I made this last year, okay? So it gets better each time. So like, this is why some of the things aren't very well made. The ones at the beginning were well made, but like this time in the middle-ish were like the Dark Ages. So I can compare that to like history. So like the beginning was the Roman Empire, and then there was this Dark Ages, and then there was viruses, blah, 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 and then there was the modern time. Either way, so there are many ways to display polymorphism, one of which is the for loops, surprisingly. So now we're gonna use an example for Kevin and John were the pet names I used in my video. So let's see. Kevin was Chunky and John was Dusty, if I remember correctly. So Chunky and Dusty share the same method name called speak. However, they are different types. So let me show you. We're gonna use a for pet and we're gonna use this, Chunky and Dusty. Very long names, but okay. We're gonna print the type of pet, and we're gonna print pet.speak. Remember this, and we run that. Here we see that the type of pet is a class called dog, and Chunky says wolf, while the class of cat, and Dusty says meow. So like I said, Chunky and Dusty, yeah. So by the time you're watching this video, you may be wondering who John and Kevin are, and so am I. So I just realized that they're Chunky and Dusty. Another way to display polymorphism is functions. So as you can see here, which is kind of an example I first derived from. So here, pet speak itself doesn't know whether you'll pass in cat or dog. So let me show you. And we're gonna define pet speak, and then we'll have pet in there. Now, we're gonna have print pet.speak. Now, we're gonna pet speak. What was it? Well, Chunky, yes. I like it, Chunky. So Chunky says wolf, and we can copy and paste from this, and we get, yes, we get, it was Dusty, right? Yeah. Dusty. So same thing, different stuff. Now, that's the end of part 1. And we're gonna continue on to part 2 as soon as I get my cat out the door, because he's being really annoying. Well, let me get the cat out the door. Actually, this is Thoris, and he's very shy, so he left. I wanted to show you guys, but whatever. So, yeah, so here we go. Sorry, guys. Week 6, part 2. Ay. All right, so today we're gonna be focusing on special methods. Special methods allow us to use some built-in operations in Python, such as length functions and the print functions with our own user-created objects. Let's go to the Jupyter Notebook. And so we're gonna create a list called MyList with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to find the length of my list, we can just write length MyList. So that's just an example. So list, or my list actually. And now if we want to find how many things are in my, we find that there's 6. Now let's create a very, very simple class object, just class. We're gonna call it sample. And then we're gonna put some pass. So as you remember, pass, it just prevents it from having an error and that stuff. So next we create an instance of the sample, but if we try to check the length of the sample, we get an error. It shows that the sample has no length. So if we try to print out the sample, we get a message saying that the sample is located on a computer. So Now, so what I mean is we create an instance of the thing. And let me just get this out. So sample equals sample. And then if we find the length of the sample, we get an error because sample has no length. Now, if we try to print, like I said, it just tells you, it just gives you a hex code on where the thing is located. So, yeah. So, let's just create a book like this one, and we're gonna have a book, and you can make one too. So we're just gonna create a class called book. And okay, just want to say it again. Like I said, I made this like about a year ago, so it's kind of crappy. I should have made another one, but what's done is done. So we're gonna define double underscore init, double underscore, and we're gonna have the self, the title, the author, and the pages. Now we're gonna have self.title equals title, and self.author equals author. And we're also gonna have the number of pages, so self.pages equals pages. We're gonna have B called book. So yeah, now we're gonna pass in the title, author, and pages. Ross, what title do you want for the book?
Diary of a Pea Shooter, Volume 2.
Let me put that in quotation marks. All right. Author, Quentin, who's gonna be the author?
Jeff?
Yuying, how many pages do you want?
56? 56?
Okay, and now if we print B, we're gonna have this. So when you call the print function asks, what is the string representation of B? So of actually whatever you just put in. So that would be B. Now, instead, we can use a special method related to the string function. So instead of the string function, and to make it fancy, we could make it an f string literal. So we're gonna define double underscore struct, double underscore self, return. We're gonna return an f string literal. So what this is you just self dot title by self dot author. Oh, I forgot the self dot author. Now let's do that. And boom. Hold on. Oh my God. Let me yeet it in there. Okay, so it's not working very well. Okay, there we go. I had to take off the space because that was an accident. The next thing we can do, it's basically the same for the length function. So we define double underscore length, double underscore, And then we could just return self.pages. So as you can see, none of this is returning anything because I didn't tell it to return any. I mean, I did tell it to return something when it's called, but not now. So now if we try to print it again, it gives an error message saying that, it doesn't exist if we, So I meant the delete variable. So this is the delete. No, not the, okay, I'm sorry. This is something that can delete a variable from the computer's memory. So if we do del b, and if we try to print b, it will give us an error because b is not defined because I just deleted b. Now if you want to get b here again, you have to do this, and well, I just deleted it, so let me delete that. So that's that. And hold on, let me just. Oh, and let me show you. Oh, and here's how you call the thing you defined. It's just like a regular function. You just call it like a regular function. This is the name, nothing fancy, and then you put in B, and it's Diary of a Pea Shooter, Volume 2 by Jeff. And you can do the same for B, length, or that, and then you put B in there. There's 56 pages. So does anyone have a question so far? I know I kind of like staggered a bit, and my notes look terrible, but I'll assure you, from at least, or maybe like 5 lesson or give or take a 2, it's gonna get better. The presentation is gonna be better because I have no idea what happened here. Okay, so I'm gonna take a consensus because I don't have a lot of time. I just wanna see how many which of you 3 want me to redo all the previous crappy lessons for and I'm gonna upload it on YouTube. Raise your hand if you want me to redo those crappy lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's 1. Anyone else? Because if you go here, there's literally a video with no sound. That's because the computer was so there's literally a video with no sound. So here are the videos, and if I remember correctly, it was this one with no sound.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Python.
Okay, no, it does have sound. It does have sound. Sorry. It was probably part 2. It was one of the 7.
Hello everyone, welcome back.
Oh my god, what? How is it? Oh, it was 9. I think it was 9. So should I? Do you guys think I should redo it? So Ross said yes. Quentin, Yu Ying, what about you? Okay, that'll be a no. But I'll review the lessons I can, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so as always, remember to click this button to save it, and then you can safely close it. All right, so thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.